Hi, I'm Steve Pond from TheWrap. We're here at TheWrap's Toronto Film Festival studio with the director of Aquarius, Cleber Mendonca-Filho, and the star Sonia Braga. Welcome and congratulations on the film. We should point out you play a woman who lives by herself in an apartment building in Brazil, and developers want to buy her apartment and force her out, and she doesn't want to do that. And I mean, it's extraordinary because it's saying women of a certain age do not lose their sexuality, they do not lose their power, and you don't normally see something like that on screen, I think.
It's so funny because women of any age, they don't lose their sexuality. I found that in Cannes, that when people start asking me about that, I found out like something very strange. I say, when was that society decided that the human beings here and sexuality is somewhere else? So when we do roles, and I did many that the characters were very central, and I've been asking all my life, what was that about the sex scene? And I say, well, what it was about when I was in a horse, running away, that was more difficult for me to do because that I don't do usually.
Where did the story come from? What led you to make this movie?
Well, it came from this idea of demolition, which is very much present in the city I come from, Recife. It's not specific to Recife, but it's we had a construction boom in Brazil over the last 10, 15 years.
The movie became controversial. I mean, at Cannes, you held up signs on the red carpet talking about the replacement of the Brazilian president as a coup d'etat. And there's been conversation that maybe now you're being targeted, you got a more restrictive rating than the film probably deserved. The head of the Brazilian Oscar selection committee apparently has spoken out against you. I mean, are you being targeted for speaking out here?
There seems to be, if you join the dots, there seems to be something against the film in Brazil. But at the same time, this has generated this amazing energy around the film, and we had a fantastic opening last week. So the film became a hot item, and it became a controversial film, not only because of the protest we did in Cannes at the red carpet, but also because of the amazing international reaction we got from the press, and also because of these what seems to be some kind of persecution for the film, against the film. But yes, we got a super restrictive rating, and that came down. We got an 18, which did not make any sense in terms of how Brazilian films are rated. But that came down to 16 on the day of the film's release.